Welcome to Thought Crime and Keto Crime, where Tracy does the sleuthing so you don't have to.
Hey everyone, before I get into today's video, I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you so much, more than you know. I want to give a shout out to Demelza Pasco, Stephanie Mertz, and my two new patrons, Tabitha Sumners Cooper and Andrea Lee. Thank you so much, and I couldn't do this without you. If you'd like to support me as well, the links to my Patreon are down below. Thank you so much, guys. Now let's get into today's video. Hey everyone, welcome back to Keto and Crime and Thought Crime. Today is a quick little video I wanted to update because there has been breaking news in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Yes, believe it or not, breaking news. The judge that was assigned to oversee the case involving a German bank that was suing because of some financial shenanigans on the part of Mr. Epstein has had an assassination attempt on her and her family. On Sunday, the home of Judge Esther Salas, who was the first Hispanic judge appointed to a federal judgeship in the state of New Jersey by President Obama, had someone dressed as a FedEx delivery person arrive at her house on a Sunday afternoon, and once knocked on the door, her 20-year-old son Daniel opened the door and was shot and killed when a bullet struck his chest. His father, who was also there and about 63 years old, ran to assist and was shot as well. He is in stable condition at a New Jersey hospital. Judge Salas was downstairs in her office, home office, which was in the basement, and was not injured, though she did run up, of course, as soon as she heard. Now, we have no idea if her involvement in the Epstein case had anything to do with the shooting, but we do know that the suspected shooter has been identified because he evidently committed suicide, and his body was found not far from the house on Monday. The man was actually a lawyer by the name of Roy Den Hollander, who had previously brought and argued a case in front of Judge Salas in 2015, one that challenged the male-only draft. Now, this gentleman, from what I understand, is a male rights attorney, probably heavily influenced by the MGTOW, or Men Going Their Own Way movement. Just put in MGTOW here on YouTube and you'll see all kinds of videos. Now, the MGTOW movement, Men Going Their Own Way, is basically a movement that says men, because of divorce laws, things that will automatically award 50% of property to a female in a divorce, custody laws, all sorts of things, should just stay separate from women and go their own way. And honestly, in its theory, I have no problem with that. However, when you get deeper into it, a lot of it is just out and out, female hatred, just like with feminism. I believe that everybody should be treated equally, same pay for equal work, but I also know that through physical requirements, men are more suited for certain things than women, and also women have different interests than men. There's far more women that go into the arts, literature, education, nursing than men, because more men tend to go into science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but there's also women that go into those fields and men that go into education and literature and the arts. But what I'm saying is that we tend to have different interests. So I believe people should be paid equal pay for equal work. Teacher to teacher should be paid the same. Doctor, heart surgeon to heart surgeon should be paid roughly the same, but, doctor versus teacher, that's where I draw the line kind of stuff. So just want to put that out there. And I also believe that a lot of the intersexual feminism you see today are just man-haters, and that's not good either. But MGTOW is the antithesis of that, so just think about, male SJWs, so to speak. And so anyway, this guy had challenged the male-only draft in front of her, wanting to actually get it all the way up to the Supreme Court to have females eligible for the draft, and honestly, have no problem with that either, I suppose. Have no problem with that either. As long as the female is not a mom, that kind of thing. But she evidently ruled against him, so they don't know if that had something to do with it. He had also brought other lawsuits, such as um, suing bars and clubs that have ladies only nights, also brought a suit against Columbia University for offering a women's studies class. That I don't have a problem with either. I think it's kind of a useless major if you hope to get a job with it. All the ethnic studies, whether it's women's or Latino, gay, LGBT, QIA studies, Jewish studies, anything that is a identity group study, I think is valuable for education and maintaining culture, and I'm all for it, but I think offering it as a college major is a big waste of money because you're going to end up at Starbucks with that. I'm just telling you. You're going to end up at Starbucks. I know, because I majored in English, minored in political science and history, have a master's in political science, and I taught for a little while at the college level, at the junior college level, but for the most part, I'm working in tech because I learned some other skills and doing some bookkeeping, and I make videos on the internet. So there you go. I learned a lot. I know a lot as a result of that, but it never did translate into a job. So I'm saying that from experience. If you're young enough and just now deciding to choose your college major, choose something practical. Learn a trade, go into STEM, do something, go into teaching or nursing, do something besides women's studies. Okay, so off that soapbox, but he had sued them for offering those classes. So he kind of had a thing against, I guess, powerful women, and we don't know what his motivations were and why he actually injured the two men in the house, killed one, injured the other, ironically, instead of actually getting at Judge Salas. Now, it has been confirmed that he is not a member of the mob. He's in no way connected to Jeffrey Epstein that we know of, but the investigation is ongoing. At this time, her husband, a criminal defense attorney, Mark Anderl, is age 63, is in stable condition in a local hospital. Their son, Daniel Anderl, was 20. He was going back to start his junior year at a Catholic college in Washington, and sadly, his very young and promising life was ended. He was hoping to go into the legal profession like both of his parents and eventually become a lawyer and a judge. And sadly, Daniel was their only child. So my heart goes out to this family. And I wish her husband a very speedy recovery. FBI said the investigation is ongoing. They are speaking to FedEx on how the assailant or suspected assailant, alleged assailant, got into a FedEx uniform and a FedEx vehicle. So we'll have to wait and see how that turns out. But I'll bring you more updates as this goes on. I do have the Epstein case on my list of cases to do a deep dive. I've already done a short introductory video to it. I will link that up here from a couple of years ago, from last year, not a couple of years ago. So I will rehash all of that and deep dive into that for you. But I am going to put a shocker out here. I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. I think by and large conspiracy theorists are whack, but I will say that I don't believe Jeffrey Epstein killed himself because I'm going to venture that Jeffrey Epstein isn't dead. I had a long conversation. I mean, have you seen a body? I haven't. I had a long conversation with my mother-in-law, who is a very sensible person, and we agree that he had enough money to just disappear. So I'm thinking he is under a new name, maybe had some plastic surgery, and may never be seen again. Just my theory. I could be wrong, but that's my conspiracy theory, that slimy something ain't even dead. So anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this video, on a shocker. Anyway, I will be back very soon with another video and hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. If you want to support the channel, like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll be back soon working on that Christchurch mosque shooter video, as well as the accompanying novel that kind of inspired him, and it is a dark case to cover. After that, I will be delving into much brighter territory, delving into the life and times of Walt Disney And then with a good friend of mine, actress and comedian CJ Walden will be joining me as we do a in-depth analysis of the Harlem Renaissance. So we're going to learn some things. I'm going to delve into the history side for a little while, and we're going to try to learn some things. So, but I'll also keep up on the true crime. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. And I love you all. Thank you so much. Until later, Keto Comics.